Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. So today I'm going to show you why I feel this is a good path to take in never having to purchase any C or D size batteries again. As we all know, throughout our lives, those of us that are a little older, back in the day there used to be a lot more things that would run on C and D batteries. And nowadays it seems that the things that they make that run on C or D batteries are getting less and less. However, there are still things that run on these two type batteries, C and Ds. And we all know that it's so much easier to obtain AAA or AA batteries. So right now in my stock, I have a lot of C and D batteries because I do have some things that run on those two size batteries, and I have a pretty large stock. However, I will never buy C size and D size batteries again because of this. Now, one of our community members a while back introduced me to these little gadgets here. I don't really know what they're called. I guess I'll call them converters. And I went ahead and purchased some from Amazon, and I'm pretty impressed with them because they're so simple and because this is pretty much all you need to have. I believe I paid about $15 for 8 D-size batteries and 10 C-size battery converters. So this would be a C-size and this would be a D-size. But being that I can get these two converters right here, now I don't have to buy any more D-size or C-size batteries because I pretty much have them right here. Now this C-size converter, all it requires is one AA. This D-size converter requires 3 AAAs, and they work pretty well. I'm going to show you how the C-size works on my flashlight that I showed you guys that I got a while back at Costco, the 1500 lumen flashlight. Normally it takes C-size batteries. So, and it came with 4 C-size batteries. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and convert some AA batteries into C-size batteries with this converter. And it is so easy to use that I really like that. Now all you have to do is push your battery in there and there you go. It's converted. Let me show you guys how easy it is. I didn't notice that wasn't on camera. So you can see my converter right here. It's got a hole on the top that's the size of the AA, and in the bottom it's got a big hole. So you just go ahead and insert your AA into the top, and there you go. This can now be inserted into a C-size compartment. So we need 4 for that flashlight, so we'll go ahead and do 2 more. And excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, if my voice is a little bit scratchy. I've been really under the weather for the last few days. I actually took the day off of work today because I was hurting really bad this morning. Oh my goodness, my throat felt like it was going to fall off. It's so bruised from all the coughing that I've been doing. Anyways, so as you can see, I've converted 4 AA batteries into C-size. Now we're just going to go ahead and put them in here. They go in there just like any C battery would go in there. Now, I know that the AA batteries are 1.5 volts, which is the same thing as these C-size batteries. See if you guys can see this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, let me show you my magnifying glass that I got too. It's 1.5 volt. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, check out this magnifying glass. It's bigger than my other one. We were getting Little Miss Alaska Prepper some eyeglasses, and they had these, and I'm like, this is awesome. So I went ahead and got it as a backup. It's even got a small one right here. But anyways, here we go again, me getting off course. So let me go ahead and put this in, or go ahead and tighten this up, and I'll show you that it works with no problem. Now we are here in my kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light off. And it's actually pretty bright. So you're getting just as much power as you were before with the C-size battery, except it might not last as long as your C-size lasts, because the C-size probably stores more milliamps than the AA. AA normally stores around 1100, 1200 milliamps. A C-size battery, I'm not sure, it's probably closer to 2000 milliamps that it stores. But getting these will eliminate you ever having to buy and store these C-size and D-size batteries again. Now the D-size batteries are just as easy. Well, I can't say just as easy, but it's very easy. Oh, you know what? I messed up. The D-size batteries take AA's as well. They don't take AAA's. Let me go ahead and get some more AA's so I can show you how they go in there. So that's awesome. So you only really need to store AA's for both of these. So I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and get some AA's so I can show you how they go in there. Alright, so I went ahead and got 3 AA's. So as you can see, this one takes 3 AA's right here. And it's just as easy as putting them in there. And they all go in the same direction, with the positive on the top, just like the adapter is, and the negative on the bottom. There you go. And there you go. Now, why do I think this is such a good product, ladies and gentlemen? Because it saves a lot of room. And eventually, I am going to stop buying alkaline or lithium batteries as well, unless they're the rechargeable types. Because if you have a small solar panel and you have a charger and you have a good stock of rechargeable batteries, you're looking at years and years and years of battery use before those batteries go down. And just from my personal use, I know that I go through about, I would say, 1 set of C batteries per winter. Because usually by the time that winter's over, this still has a little power, but not good enough until the next winter. And I'm not saying that from experience from this flashlight, because I just got it this year. But normally with the other flashlights that I use them enough to where by the time that winter is over, because winter here is roughly around 6 months where we actually need to use batteries, we'll have gone through 1 set of batteries. So as long as you determine how many batteries you need to get you through that winter, if that's what you're prepping them for, or to get you through a 6-month period, then you'll know how many rechargeable batteries you should have. I would recommend that you have at least 3 times as many as you will need to get you through 1 season. So for example, let's say I only went through 4 C batteries in a season. Then I would want to have the availability of having 3 times as many as I go through in 1 season to have stored up, which will bring it to 12, right? But in this case, I'm not going to need to store C batteries anymore because I have the adapters, right? Same thing with the D batteries. Now, another thing I wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of people were asking me here in the past, if you all remember the flashlight that runs on water. Someone's been asking me to do a follow-up on this. And I have to tell you that I wasn't very impressed with it. If I remember the instructions correctly, it said that 1 dip in water would allow this to be charged for about 300 hours. And trust me when I tell you that it did not last nearly 300 hours. I would assume that, well, not really assume, but I would say looking back that maybe it lasted less than 1 hour of actual light time from that 1 dip. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go get some water. I'm going to re-dip it because the instructions say that when it runs out of energy that you can re-dip it and reinsert it and it should turn back on. So I'm curious to see if it will even turn back on. Now this flashlight right here is not a very strong flashlight, but I purchased it to show it to you all, but I also purchased it to have as like a last ditch effort. Like I have no more batteries left. All of my flashlights that I have don't have any power source to them, whichever way you may want to think. And this is all I have. So I figure I'd have at least one of these. I purchased an additional one of these that I never took out of the package. And I purchased this one to show you all. So that's what I purchased this for. It's last ditch effort. This is the last flashlight that I'm going to be able to produce light with. And you can always get water from somewhere, all right, to dip the cell in there. So let me go ahead and get my water over here so that I can open this up, dip that cell, and see if it works. All right, so we got some water here, and the way that this cell comes off is we just take this off. Should be pretty easy. There you go, and there is our cell. And if you look in there, everything in there actually looks pretty clean. It's nice and dry. Nothing out of the ordinary. Same thing within here. And looking at the cell, everything looks pretty nice. It doesn't look like anything's corroded or anything. So the instructions say to dip this in here. And then once we dip it really good, we want to go ahead and shake off the excess water. So I'm going to dip it a couple of times. And like I said, I'm going to be really curious to see if this is going to work, because I was not very impressed with the short amount of time that it actually worked the first time. So now it says to just go ahead and get as much water as we can out of here without actually drying it with something. And then it says here, this is the way we insert it. It's this way down. So let me move this out of the way. Let's go ahead and put this in there. Let's put this back on. And now let's turn it on. Let's see. Oh wow, look at that. It actually worked. Let me turn off my living room light to see what it really looks like. So this is definitely, ladies and gentlemen, a last-ditch effort. This is the last flashlight you're going to turn to in a real emergency. And you know that it's going to provide you with some light. Because look at that, it worked. We dipped it again and it worked. For how long will it work? I'm not sure. Like I said before, I maybe had it on for an hour altogether. And it stopped working. But I think that as long as that cartridge in there is a little bit wet, that it will work. So I'm actually impressed that it's actually working. And to tell you the truth, in a really dark environment, like right now, let me put this here. There is still ambient light in here. There's still some light coming in from the windows, and you guys can see my hand, even though all the lights inside the house are off. All right, so in complete darkness, this would actually be a lot of light. So I'm actually pretty impressed that this thing turned back on. Let's turn it off. Look at that. Wow, how about that? Now, one other thing I wanted to show you, ladies and gentlemen. This one here is for my VIPs, because this is not part of the title. I purchased this little Olight, and I'll have to tell you what kind it is. Let's see. This is the Olight 1R2 EOS. So Olight I1R2 EOS. Now, I don't have this in my Amazon storefront. I'll probably put it in there because I think it's an awesome little flashlight. This thing was $15, and it has 150 lumen. And I think that for 150 lumen, $15 is a great deal for an everyday carry flashlight. Now, my other everyday carry flashlight that I have is the IR3 Olight. I love that little flashlight, and it's only 90 lumen. Let me go ahead and grab it so I can compare them. All right, so this is my everyday carry right now, this small Olight. Let me see, this is the i3 EOS. Can you guys see it? And this is an awesome little flashlight, by the way. This one is only like $10. It gives you 90 lumen. I saw this one for 15 at 115 lumen. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this because I'm still going to carry this as my everyday. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to hook it to the zipper of my jacket. That way, if for some reason I get out of my truck and I leave it running and the keys are in there, I'll always have this hooked to the zipper of my pocket. Only one thing I don't like about this. I'm going to show you guys how bright it is compared to the Olight i3. But the only thing that I don't like about this is that it doesn't take a battery. If you can see that, it takes a mini USB. It has a mini USB port for recharging. So it's a rechargeable light. Other than that, I think it's a really nice battery. I'm sorry, I think it's a really nice flashlight, and it actually has more than one mode, even though it's a spin-on. So let me go ahead and show you guys. Alright, so this right here is on high. This is 150 lumen. But you will notice that when I start turning it off, you see that? If I spin it off, I can actually spin it enough to put it on low. So even though it's a spin-on or a twist-on and twist-off flashlight, you actually have two modes. That's high, and that's low, and then off. All right, so unlike the i3, this one only has one mode. You turn it on, turn it off. It's a very nice flashlight. I really like it a lot. But let me go ahead and show you guys the difference. So here is the IR2. This is the small one that I'm going to hook to my jacket. And this is on high. All right, let me go put this away. And this is the i3, the one that I currently carry, EDC. So you can tell that the i2 definitely has a lot more power. See that? And 150 lumen, ladies and gentlemen, for this small flashlight, that's pretty incredible. I mean, I remember, if you all remember when we were kids, those big mag lights, the ones that were like bigger than this one right here, and they took like 4D cell batteries. Those were maybe 100 lumen or something like that. So they've come a long way. So yeah, I recommend this little flashlight. I think it's a great flashlight. The only thing I don't like is that it's got that rechargeable battery, the rechargeable battery in there. You can't actually put a battery in there. I really like this one because it just takes a AAA battery. Very simple. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I probably made this a lot longer than I had to, but I hope that you're all doing well. Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. If I get a little bit better here, I'm actually still in a lot of pain. My throat is killing me from coughing so much. But I'll probably put up another video this weekend. Everyone's been asking me to go ahead and review the spams that I got gifted for Christmas, for my second Christmas. So I'll probably do something like that. Life Prepared shot up a video showing me a recipe for spam that actually looks pretty tasty. It looks like a very tasty breakfast recipe. So I'll probably try that this weekend as well, and I'll share with you all if I do. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. I hope everyone's having a very happy new year up to now, and that we all have a very good year going forth. All right, so thank you very much for all of your support, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do appreciate you all. Having said that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I am out.